Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Drama Surgery Podcast. In this episode, I want to cover the currently airing drama titled The Rise of Ning. As of the time I was recording, I have watched about 10 of the 40 episodes that are to air. And I have to say, I really like this specific kind of historical drama. And, it's one I always look forward to when I hear they're making one. For those who don't know, The Rise of Ning basically follows the daughter of the Luo family called Luo Ning. That's probably where the name comes from. And she has grown up in this family where she has been relegated to almost a second-class citizen, even though she is the legitimate first-born daughter of her father, which back then meant something, right? She is the one that comes from the line that is going to inherit things, as opposed to the Shu daughters, which is like the daughters of concubines, because they are not seen as legitimate, and so their rank is lower in, this era or during that era. But because her dad really favors his concubine, she has had to suffer, and given that the concubine also has it out for her, her life has not been easy. So at the beginning of this drama, she's moving in back to her family house after she has been away for years, mainly because her grandma sent her away to protect her from the concubine. The concubine claimed that it was because of Yining that she lost her kid. So her dad really also doesn't like her, although her dad is trash anyways. But, so she's sent somewhere else to live there, and she's just coming back. And this is basically her trying to find her footing in this world, and fighting against all these different elements, and growing as a person. We also have our third brother, who is the male lead, so you can expect that there is some family secret in there if he is the male lead. But he's basically our only support. Well, not only support, she has her grandma as well that really likes her, but he's the only one that is really on her side. And they kind of come to rely on each other a lot. Before I go into more about this drama, I do want to mention the cast. Jiang Guanyi plays Lo Shenyuan, who is the male lead. He is the third brother of our female lead. I know him from Lost You Forever. I feel like that's where I first really noticed him. I didn't know him before that. And he was also in Are You the One, which I kind of liked. The female lead, Ren Min, plays Lo Yining, and she is someone that I know from Ray of Light. Ray of Light is this not very popular modern day drama about how this teacher helps these kids succeed in school. And I really liked one of the couples in that drama, so I really watched that drama back then, and I really liked it. So yeah, I do recognize her, maybe not from what other people would recognize her from, but yeah, I know her well enough. Then honorable mention, Sisha plays Lujia Shue, who is the second male lead in this. He is basically the rival, is the villain and all that thing, right? But I have to give him a special shout out because he was in the sequel of One and Only, which was titled Forever and Ever. If you know anything about me, you know I really like One and Only. It's one of the only, spoiler alert, tragedy dramas that I like. And he had a sequel that was basically the happy ending to that first drama. And he played the best friend of the male lead. I really liked him and the male lead sister together. They are such a interesting dynamic, and I envied that relationship. There was something about it that was very, very special. It wasn't necessarily romantic, but it was very special. And so since then, I've kind of kept my eye on him, and I kind of recognize him in a lot of dramas since then. I know he was in The Blue Whisper. He was in The Longest Promise. Oh yeah, and he was also in A Date with the Future. I really liked his look in that drama as well. I think I have a little crush on him, low key. So yeah, I've watched him in a lot of things. So yeah, honorable mention. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Like I mentioned at the beginning, one of my favorite kind of historical drama is this specific type. It's those domestic family drama kind of historical dramas. And when I mean this specifically for Chinese dramas, right? They make this certain kind of drama where it's all about the family dynamic in that drama. So a good example is Love Like the Galaxy right? It's following this one girl and how she's like dealing with a lot of things with her family. And it's just very domestic in that sense. About marriage, is about like growing up and stuff like that. Another good example is the story of Minglan. This is one of the best. It's just so well done, and it's not about the politics, not about the intrigue. If that comes in, yeah, it does, but it's not the main part of the drama, right? It's really about the female lead finding herself in the historical times, right? And so that's the same with this, right? It's really about Yining finding her place and becoming a stronger person, a better person, becoming like an adult, basically, right? And so I really like this kind of dramas, right? Another thing that makes this interesting to me, and again, going back to why I like this kind of dramas, is it's very similar to a lot of like Chinese josei like novels. I've read a lot of novels that have the same kind of like slice of life, following the female lead day-to-day life kind of thing, right? Usually in my novels they end up marrying like the prince or the future king emperor of their like dynasty or something. One of my favorite Chinese novels is Greetings Ninth Uncle. When I first started watching this drama, I remember thinking that this drama is very similar to that book, right? And in the sense of like they belong to the same family, but that's obviously going to change. So in Greetings Ninth Uncle, the female lead is the niece of the male lead, right? So they're in the same family, and then you just find out like the male lead is like the prince of the nation, and he was basically brought up in that family to protect him and stuff like that, right? And so his status ends up changing, and she ends up marrying into the royal family, right? So that's how that goes. In this one too, it's somewhat similar, and when that changes, that's really when they can get together. So it's just interesting to me that I remember thinking, oh my god, this is very similar, like family dynamic, or how they started kind of dynamic, because basically in both like this novel, Greetings Ninth Uncle and The Rise of Ning, they build their relationship in-house. Like a lot of the things they do, the way they're able to get close, is based on the fact that they are considered family, and so nobody bats an eye when they are together, kind of thing, right? But this is actually them developing their romance, right? So it's the same here. Like our male lead, Lo Shen Yuan, can go into the female lead's room, right? They can hold her hand, stuff like that, and it's fine. Like everybody sees this, and no one thinks twice about it because they are family. And yeah, there's just something about it that, I find interesting, right? But yeah, anyways, another thing I would say about this drama is that the female lead is smart. And this is typically the case with this kind of drama, right? Where it's like just a domestic family drama kind of thing. Minglan, the story of Minglan, goes very, very smart. Jia Lucy's character in Love Like a Galaxy was also very, very smart. And it's the same here. Yining's character here is also very, very smart, right? So I like that, I think, about this like specific kind of drama, right? The female is always a stronger character, or she's just always strong, right? Because she kind of has to be if she's gonna deal with her dad's concubines, deal with, illegitimate younger siblings and stuff like that. And so she's very like refreshing to watch. I would say I think I'm on my like strong female lead like role these days. Although I feel like that's generally the kind of dramas I watch. Like I struggle a lot if like the female lead is not smart, or if she's not going to be smart later, right? Like if she's gonna be dumb throughout, or act like a child throughout, I can't sit down and watch that. And I think one of the things I like about this kind of dramas, these family kind of dramas, is that like the female lead has to be smart for it to be watchable, right? Because there's no one usually on her side, right? And so she's like this underdog kind of person, right? And so yeah, I really, really like that about this drama. So at this point in the drama, we've also found out that like it's the female lead that has this secret. Like she's not actually the daughter of her father, which is a big deal. Like I feel like it's an even bigger deal given that she's the girl, like she's a female. I'm curious about who our actual father is. That is a part of the drama I am so looking forward to. And also because I feel like it's gonna be revealed soon enough. Like the male lead already knows. And I feel like the female lead will also know about it soon enough. That also needs to like happen for our leads to like no longer be family, so that they can like come back get married and stuff like that. So it's gonna have to happen soon enough, right? And I am actually kind of glad for it because low key, the female is that is a terrible person. Like, if there's one thing about this kind of genre that I like, it's that when the female lead's father is a terrible person, the drama doesn't like shy away from that. Like, you know, he's like a terrible person. Like, everybody around him knows he's a terrible person, that he's like weak, he's a coward, he only like listens to like his concubine and kind of stuff like that. That is usually very clear, it's very apparent. And typically the female lead never likes her father, right, to the very end. That's just a feature that I like, because it kind of puts some blame on the male, because usually in this drama it's usually the concubine that will, you know, get kicked out of the family, get hanged, get poisoned to death when they finally find out that it's her that basically killed the female lead's mom, kind of thing, right? But to an extent, I like that the father of the female lead also kind of gets a little bit of that blame. It's not perfect because you can see a patriarchy, and she kind of needs him to like have that family, have that status, have that reputation, so that when she does like get married, it's proper, it's legitimate and all that stuff, right? But I like the fact that they make it known, right? Like in this drama, there's a scene where after the concubine, you know, was found to have been doing all these terrible things, how she lost the baby and stuff like that. There's a point in which one character, I'm not sure who it was, maybe it was like Ning herself or her grandmother, that was like talking about the father, and she mentions that the dad knew he was just turning a blind eye to all the terrible things she was doing. So he knew his concubine was this much of a shitty person. He just like did not want to like really know about it. So he could have found out if he wanted to, but like he was such a coward, he was so weak that like he was just okay with the concubine lying to his face, kind of thing. So he kind of knew, or was just acting obtuse to an extent, right? And so I like that they kind of make that distinction, or that like that noted to us, that like everybody knows the dad is trash, right? It's just that they can't do anything about it, right? So I like that about this, right? They don't kind of give him like a redemption, because I would hate to see that. And so yeah, I'm really happy that he's not a father. How that is going to play out, how they're going to like remove her from the low family and put her to the new family, that's going to be interesting. I am so curious about what parents are. I am worried that she's like going from like frying pan to fire. But if I use my like drama logic, my years and years, decades of watching dramas, I say that a new family is probably even better than her old family, right? That's usually how these kinds of things play out, because she has to stun on the people she's leaving behind. That's like a feature of this kind of drama. So I can expect that a new family is gonna be awesome. And so yeah, I look forward to that. I look forward also to the male lead's like growth, or like just looking forward to him no longer pretending, because like I feel like he's pretending for everybody, right? Everybody sees him as less than, which is kind of annoying, because like the dad can sleep with a maid servant and somehow it's the kid's fault. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I'm looking forward to him like taking over that family, because that's what's gonna happen. Even though there's the second branch, basically means that like his father has an older brother, right? And usually that's the family that's supposed to like basically take over the family, right? That's the main household, and all of them are just like side households. Even though they are not the main branch, I think it's going to be him that's going to like take over that family. And so it will be interesting to see how that will work out and how that dynamic will play out. We've not seen the first family really yet. We've seen like, yeah, the daughter and I think either the wife of the first master, but we've not seen like the actual eldest uncle. So I find it's going to be very, very interesting when that happens, because I'm curious. I wonder if we'll also get a sneak peek into like the royal imperial family in this drama, right? Because usually they make they make a show in dramas like this, usually to the benefit of the female and the male lead, right? And so I look forward to that as well. So yeah, generally I would say first impressions, I really, really like this drama. I watch it every day. We thank God for the, I don't know, the gods of Chinese dramas, the ghost in the machine. I don't know what to call it, but whoever is in charge of like coming up with like schedules and stuff like that in Chinese dramas, because I just love the fact that it's like 2 episodes every day. That is a fantastic, fantastic thing about Chinese dramas, right? I guess they just have so much in stock, so much dramas in stock that they can like air, that dramas need to air as quickly as possible. And it's the end of the year, so they're also all releasing at this end of the year, because I think they're all gunning for like awards and stuff. So yeah, every day I watch 2 episodes and I love it so much. I'm addicted, and I always look forward to new episodes every time. So yeah, um generally very good. I love it. It's fantastic. No real criticism about it. The female lead is gorgeous. Her voice is cute, but it's not forced. Like I can sense that's just how she talks to an extent, right? The male lead too is okay, I guess. Yeah. But again, I am a supporter of the second male lead. I really like his little thing that he had with the female lead, even though I know nothing is gonna come out of it. But still, I am going to be delulu and just like enjoy it while it lasts. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about this drama. It's fantastic. If you're not watching it, you should. What I would wait until it finishes airing first, actually. But yeah, great drama. I really like it. But yeah, that's all I really have in this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'll see you again next week. Bye.